remember all this stuff.
Great. Should we
All right,
call to order?
Yep.
Great. So first thing is the approval of minutes. So I take a moment to read through from January 28th. Oh, yeah, the physical copy. Third Thursday. As a result. Motion to approve?
I can't because I wasn't there, so I don't know if they're true or not.
Oh,
So
okay.
the only person who can make a motion would be Michelle.
Michelle can make a motion.
Motion to approve the meeting, the minutes, if you want to take a moment to look.
Beverly can do it too. You want to second the minutes?
There we go, yes.
Can I pass her the minutes?
Yes.
She second, she read them.
Thank you.
The minutes are on, here's the agenda.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So you had Michelle and you had Beverly, so you just got to vote on them.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, we'll do a.
Okay, I'm ready. You move ahead.
All right.
So, all in favor?
I'm just giving people a moment
All right.
to look if they need to.
What, you want to read this stuff?
All right.
They're well done. The work was put in, so I want to
No offense taken.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Here next month, I can approve them.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. All right,
All good?
good to approve?
Approved.
Okay,
It's unanimous.
thank you, great. So moving on.
Two for
to
two.
Introductions and announcements. So there's the board vacancy, and we talked about the new members today. We just approved minutes and are going through announcements. Reviewing representation categories for board composition.
The areas that we need
Yeah.
probably, I was just saying
Yeah.
to Charlie beforehand. Diane Pollock and Art Place represented an organization that represents artists, artists cooperative, et cetera. It's not required, but
Yeah.
definitely preferred. She was the only member that
Yeah.
met that criteria. The other areas where we're a little shy is just business representation generally. We have Beverly representing the chamber, or for-profit creative business. We have Christine representing the studio. So those are categories where we have like a single member that satisfies those requirements.
Yeah, so it's really that one category that we need then.
Yeah, preferred, but you be mindful of those other categories where we just have, some of you guys check multiple boxes.
Yeah.
But those are other areas, and we could also look. There's no rhyme or reason to having 7. I don't like to have too many people on a board.
Yeah.
But if we feel like we need to have more representation to help with awareness of the cultural district amongst other
Yeah.
stakeholder groups, it's something we could definitely consider as well. So.
Yeah, I've struggled with thinking of organizations that represent artists locally.
Yeah.
So open to that if anyone has ideas there. But otherwise, the names that came up last time were Philip Barr from the library and Maureen Hamill. There.
I'll meet with a couple of people in theater tomorrow, so maybe they'll have some ideas.
Great, great. And this person doesn't have to live in Fairfield, right? Is it different?
Oh, that's different. I know people in Bridgeport.
Yeah, that's because Bridgeport has more organizations that
It
represent.
would be better if they had some connection to the local community, even better still to have some connection to the district itself, but
Yeah.
definitely not required.
Well, that's where Maureen and Philip come in.
Yeah.
Philip's at the library, Maureen's at FTC. that's where the connection.
And the other thing we should, think about is art. We oftentimes define art in ways that
Yeah.
are familiar to us, whether it's music or visual arts, but it represents other groups as well. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. It can open the scope of what that includes.
but, largely it comes down to, hey, Phil, Maureen, they're both great, but will they be able to, regularly attend and participate?
Yeah,
And it's more than, I think we're starting to get to the point where we're trying to do some actual work here.
Yeah.
So we need folks that are going to step up and say, I'll take that on and I'll do some work in between these regular
Yeah.
meetings.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's the
We're,
stuff that
we're
we've
at that
talked about.
point. Yeah, and the accelerator is accelerating that process.
I didn't bring my binder.
Yeah.
What about Eli Newsom from Fairfield Center Stage? That's a actress collaborative, if you will.
Yep.
Maybe.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Or Carol Ann with,
Yep. Anna Frawley.
yeah.
Um,
And I don't know if Philip would be able to speak to the Kirshner Gallery, but that might,
oh, yeah.
since our
Probably not.
place,
Probably thankful he doesn't have to speak to it.
Yeah, sure.
just another, if you wanted the library represented, maybe that's a tie-in
Yeah,
too.
it's a good idea. Yeah.
I think Scott's great, but he's got enough on his plate.
Yeah, he should. Okay, any other announcements?
No, I think we can cover everything else in the regular meeting.
All right, so moving on to the Connecticut Main Street Accelerator project plan.
Okay, so we have a couple upcoming events. The one thing that they asked us to focus on, we spent some time with our first coaching session talking through some different ideas, one of which was, maybe we want to look at doing a pre and post survey, because part of it is doing an intervention that would increase awareness about arts and culture generally, but the cultural district in particular. So they actually had provided us a sample survey.
Yep.
I haven't spent a whole lot of time going through that, but we should. I think that makes a lot of sense. If we want measurable statistics or data to know whether or not the marketing and promotion work that we're doing has had any impact, maybe that's one way to do that, which is to test people's awareness of it, before and after our intervention, so to speak. So that's one thing. And then clearly they're looking for us. The framework is this accelerator. So they'll have these periodic coaching sessions, in-person workshops, virtual workshops. And the idea is that we're continuing to work on, refine our project using the model that they provided, the template that they provided, included a copy in the handout. And part of it is really, our project is really to create a marketing strategy or marketing plan for the cultural district. And we've talked about specific ideas like, hey, let's have a relaunch, a celebration of the cultural district sometime in June, July, that area. We have the digital kiosks that are being installed. We've talked about having a map that shows the cultural district, and maybe there would be a handout or brochure. Talked about window clings, maybe street signs that would demarcate the district in some way. Some of these are obviously easier to do than others, and some have cost implications, like the street signs would be a pretty big cost item. Might be something that the grant would help pay for. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, those are the types of things I think we'll have to start filling out and then assigning, who's going to take responsibility for being the project lead. Starting
Is somebody
with,
working on the logo for the cultural?
to that right now.
Because I'm happy to do it. It's just that when I did it last time, just to say, hey, I just had this idea, it sounded like there were a lot of restrictions as far as what fonts you can.
So the idea here is we have spent quite a bit of time creating a brand around Experience Fairfield, and then to a lesser degree, the Fairfield Arts Council. So we want something that tries to, play off of that, complement in some fashion. So, because
That's 3 fonts between those
there
two.
there are lots of fonts. They're not entirely consistent, but we'll get to that. So I wanted to. So we do have people that Mary Alice and I work with that we have on contract and we pay, whether that we give them work or not, because they're
Oh, wow.
doing work to keep our
Yeah.
website updated. And part of that includes content creation. So we challenge them, since they're the one that came up with the Experience Fairfield. Hey, this is our challenge, which is how do we create a brand identity around the cultural district with keeping it harmonious or consistent under the umbrella of Experience Fairfield. So we asked them to do that. And this is just, again, we didn't provide a whole lot of direction other than we want Experience Fairfield. And we've talked before, because neighborhood districts like Greenfield Hill and Southport have said, hey, that's great. Could we have like something that defines our particular neighborhood or business district? So we thought of Experience Fairfield, Greenfield Hill, Experience Fairfield, Southport. So you could have that Experience Fairfield downtown, and then how do you then define the cultural district around that? So that's part of what we talked to them about. We just said, hey, give us some concepts and let us react, and we'll then give you some ideas as to what we like. So.
Did you send these?
Nope, they
Yeah, I
just
didn't
came
see
hot
them.
off the
Okay.
Surprise.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you had anything yet. That's great.
Well, we were,
Yeah.
again, so we'll just go through these. So, and there's one at the end that has all of them.
Nice.
Now, we don't have to do any of these.
Cool. But I
But
thought
we could say, we like certain elements of this.
Yeah.
Can you combine pieces of that? The one thing, it's staying with, Marios likes, these all reproduce well, right?
Yeah, it needs to. All right.
It needs to if we're gonna do
The
that.
first one, maybe not as much. It's a little too clip arty for me.
Yeah.
I really like the second
I
one.
do too. That's my fave.
My concern with the second one is if we're intending to use something, some iconography on
Yeah.
a street sign, I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah.
They
So,
look separate to me.
what's that?
Experience Fairfield, and are they supposed to be separate? Or are they supposed to look like one?
Like one, I think.
It's the Experience Fairfield part
Is its own thing,
is its own thing.
but they have to be together?
Yes, ideally. We could, I can see parts, and then this is probably your province more so than mine, Marios, but I could see where we would take pieces of this and maybe use them separately. But, from a website, for this use or some kind of logo on a T-shirt or something I could see these working in some fashion. Not so much, again, if we're thinking about a street sign, I was thinking specifically, like we talked about street signs, maybe some kind of seal that would identify, not just in terms of color,
Yeah.
but some icon that would suggest that you're in the cultural district, similar to like Newtown uses the rooster to define the entire town. We could define the cultural district with something image and a different color than the green-white, the white lettering on green. So it could be this blue, a dark blue with white. We'd have to talk to the local traffic authority. I mean, I'm sure they will have preferences in terms of colors that work best for the purpose of a street sign, which is, for navigation, emergency responders, things like that. So they probably won't say, hey, whatever color you want type thing. Can't have like purple lettering on pink signs, that's just not going to work for them. But
That's funny, Mark. The thing that you said right off the jump is that you don't like is the one I like the best.
you like the first one?
Yeah, I don't mind that first one.
I think the first one touches on it. It's got the guitar, it's got
Yeah.
the paintbrush, it's got the art. I mean,
Yeah.
the other ones just look like they're blah.
I think the first one is really great too, because
I'm just
it
curious,
looks
what
like
is it that you didn't like about the first one?
It looked to me like it's a little too clip-arty.
I would like to change the art part in the top of
I
it.
think we can change. So part of it is to get people's reaction,
Yeah.
and then we could take elements of this, like what do we like best about one? What do we like best about? And then we could give further direction.
Yeah.
Shouldn't dance and literature be part of it too, though?
I think that's the problem with trying to define the
Yeah, put
arts.
too many things on
There's
it.
gotta be
Yeah,
too many
it's better
things.
for it to be more broad, and then I think just from a reproduction standpoint. Can I?
Michelle, what are your thoughts, Michelle?
I think the gazebo makes sense because if we're starting to go into regions of town, then you can swap out the look. Like Greenfield Hill or whatever it is. So that to me makes sense if you're going for like section of town. I agree that it's busy with all the iconography with the different arts disciplines.
Can I just add something, Mark, to your comment about the neighborhood piece?
Yeah.
So where,
We didn't like the downtown.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me point this out, Michelle, but I'm gonna try my best.
Okay,
So for these,
Say the first one.
yeah, for the first one,
yeah,
disregard the arts and culture part. The experience Fairfield with the neighborhoods, it was like down on the bottom on the right side. So picture it with like this one with downtown down here instead, and that's how the neighborhoods
Oh,
look in the logos that we got.
I,
So we didn't like the placement of downtown. We didn't even think that was
Yeah.
necessary above Experience Fairfield.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Yeah,
I
makes
like
sense.
that.
Agreed.
So we were just keeping the Experience Fairfield. Arts and culture, yes. But we didn't feel like you needed to have downtown either there or, I don't know if you were thinking that it had to be below. I was thinking, but I think it's cleaner without it at all.
I think if we're utilizing the downtown neighborhood piece, I think it makes sense to keep it. But if we're not utilizing that, then I think you can leave it out. But originally, when we were talking with the team that put these together, they had put up together, as Mark mentioned, several renditions with it. So it said Experience Fairfield
Yeah.
Downtown, Experience Fairfield Southport, Experience Fairfield Stratfield Village. So we were trying to keep it consistent with that, and that's where the downtown
And then we
piece.
asked, well, can you
Amen.
create some kind of icon or image that conveys arts and culture so we could define or brand the cultural district? This is kind of with that direction, this is what they came up with. But
But this
again,
is
we
going
can
to
take.
keep to the map section, which is kind of just downtown.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's most of the downtown, but it's not completely synonymous with what we consider downtown. So
What if we make color be the thing that does it instead of
Like what?
icons? Like, I don't know, choosing a color that would be for the cultural district, then you're not wiping out, or even like a blend of color so that it sort of alludes to creativity and could be any of the arts, maybe. I don't know, just instead of having all that, because I think if you're adding, even if you take downtown away from underneath the icon and you add, I mean, Stratfield Village, that's a lot of letters to go below Experience Fairfield. And Greenfield Hill, like it's just gonna look like,
Those words wouldn't go with the cultural district logo, though. That's a completely separate.
so when you said, oh,
No,
so
so
you would have
we started
Experience
with-
Fairfield
yeah.
and then, but even.
we started with Experience Fairfield, and we had a request from some of the business districts that we work with to
Business
brand those
districts, right.
particular districts.
No, I think it's a great idea.
And so we suggested, so again, trying to stick with Experience Fairfield, how can we define Southport or Greenfield Hill separately?
Okay.
And so that's how we came up with it. We don't have to have that here.
Yeah,
What I was trying to come up with was some image that conveys arts and culture that we could easily replicate on a variety of different, whether it's a window cling or a poster or a street sign. I don't know that any of these things completely do that. I just wanted to get some initial reaction, because we can go back with these guys and make all kinds of iterations. We could play with colors. We could play with images. I just wanted to get some ideas from this group to give them some direction as to what we liked and didn't like.
I think 4 and 5 are like, I would just throw those two out.
They're
too
pretty
busy.
radical.
They're too busy, especially if you're looking at a sign.
Yeah.
If I'm driving down the street and I see the number 1, it's going to grab my attention. I'm going to look to see what it says. The
Yeah,
other
you-
two,
I think
So you could have like a street sign, I imagine something like that. Maybe it's not.
it doesn't have to be the exact thing, but that would grab my attention if I'm looking from the roadside. The other two might not, they might not.
Is
They
the.
say Fairfield, but not necessarily arts and culture.
Is the language, is that the language we're using, arts and culture versus cultural arts district? Is that, how did that?
Well, we could also change that. We did not, they just came back with that.
I'm just curious about it. I don't
Say
think it's
cultural
more
district, right.
I'm not sure if it's better, but all this marketing has been around cultural district, so I just want to know if we're going to change it, we should change it everywhere. And then the other thing where just one other thing that I was agreeing with Charlie with is that what I like about where I think we're going with all this is like the second two, they say Fairfield, which is great, but the first one says like a cultural arts district you might find in like Los Angeles or New York. It looks like a bigger deal, and I think that's better for our long-term thinking.
Well, I think what I'm picking up a little bit is the other ones don't really, to me, convey culture, right?
Yeah.
Or arts and culture. There's nothing.
It's our gazebo, it's
So-
Fairfield.
Right, it's
So
Fairfield.
that is a Fairfield image, iconic, right? But it's not cultural necessarily. The first one does. It's a little bit, maybe for me, it's a little too literal. Sometimes I think you can get
Yeah.
away with something
Yeah, I can
that
understand that.
people associate with culture,
Yeah.
but maybe is not, an art, brush and
Yeah.
music note or something that's like banging you over the head. You can
Yeah.
be more subtle about it.
Have they done the
Yeah,
ones
that
for
makes sense.
Southport, Greenfield Hills, Stratfield?
We just have mock-ups.
Because if they did, I don't,
They're not producing any arts logos though for those areas.
Yeah.
no, I know, but what if the arts logo was spinning off of that design so that there's not an icon necessarily, but it would be Experience Fairfield Cultural District?
We talked about that.
Which is but I think where we had experience with the cultural district, but what we wanted to do is come up with some image that we could then use, because you can't put on on a street sign, for example, you can't put a bunch of words. So it has to be an
Gotta
image.
grab your attention.
It has to be some
Graphic.
kind of graphic image. So what could we then use to convey the breadth of arts and culture in our cultural district without being so, literal, I guess?
I know that everyone really likes the first one, but just want to offer, I guess, I liked the third one personally, and I really liked the ones with the ampersands. Actually, after I liked the second one with the culture that's arced. But for the third one with the gazebo, so where it's two-tone, is there an opportunity, Mark, to put that above the street name, like centered on the street sign, or it has to go like left aligned? Is that?
Yeah, I think it has to be left aligned.
Oh, okay. But I think knowing that Sherman Green is like the center of town, center of what's going on, if you will,
District.
it kind of
Michelle,
goes with the
Michelle
thought.
would like to weigh in. She has her.
Thank you. So polite.
Well, I wanted to give everyone a minute, but yeah, I think the other challenge, if we go with the word downtown, is that because the entire cultural district's not just downtown, I think that's just one piece of feedback. Like I think about museum and the church here. I think that might confuse people. So that's something to think about in terms of our language.
I think of you as downtown, Michelle.
Well, I would
Okay.
agree with the sentiment here, which is I think there's too many words. So I would eliminate downtown.
Yeah,
And I agree with
Cultural district.
Matt's
Just do
observation,
district.
which is it doesn't say cultural district, which is the whole point of this exercise, right?
But replace downtown with the word district. What's the proper name of it, Mayor?
Yeah, right, 'cause we can shorten it to cultural district or cultural
Can't it
arts
just be
district.
Arts District? Isn't art
Arts
culture?
district sounds good. I just feel like whatever we choose,
we could call it Arts District too.
that's nice. I think it's really easy to absorb.
I like cultural district because I think it's
Cultural is
broader.
It is broader, yeah.
Just might be easier to fit it in the little box.
So, but if you just had cultural district, or you could keep, for the first one, arts and cultural, instead of downtown, have district, that could be a standalone logo in itself for signage.
What's our target audience with this? Are we looking to bring tourism into Fairfield?
Yeah.
Because then the point I would make about what you're saying with the gazebo, unless you're from Fairfield, you don't know about the gazebo. People do know about the shoe, they know about FTC, they know about different places. So I don't think the gazebo, it's, yes, locally, yes. But if you're thinking statewide, I don't think it has the same ring.
Okay.
to build on that,
Michelle, go ahead.
I think to build on that though, I think the icons, it's generic. That could be culture in any town. So I think we would need to find something to bridge a gap a little,
Yeah.
right? Because
It's
that's,
just, yeah.
it could be anywhere.
Yeah, the ones I don't know how to explain it, but I just, where things are not, there could be squiggly lines, but then people look at it and they say, oh, that's the ocean, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like
No.
hit you over the head,
No.
so literal in terms of, because then I think we're going to run into the issue, well, how about dance? What about literature? You know,
That's what I
about all
thought.
these other things that are not represented there. You know, why a guitar, you know,
Yeah, I think just to stay on agenda, I think this is a great conversation. I'm glad, and everyone's got such good input. This is an amazing first draft by your guys. So I feel like if we give them that feedback.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna give them some feedback and we're gonna dismiss 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We're gonna stay with 1.
I like them
Play-
too, all those two, but I see the, where the consensus is.
I like an ampersand. I just think there's a lot going on there.
Oh, I thought it was very modern. Like
Yeah.
it was
If
it was
had less
clean.
words, it would
It
be.
was clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
My eye just goes to the ampersand.
Yeah,
I'm
that-
not reading
that's what
anything
it's too.
around it.
the ampersand's become such a feature that's
So
where- that's
prominent.
why I wasn't, but I get it. It looks great, especially the second one with the curve.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Okay, well, I think
Yeah.
we have enough direction to go back and tell them, hey, do 5 more based on number 1, you know, and with some changes. I think we have some direction from all of you there.
With these different districts that want to have their own logo and whatever, are they looking to like create a market like T-shirts or?
No, not so much.
hats or
Like
something that's gonna sell?
the thing that we've done, Greenfield Hill is probably furthest along because they have an active merchant association.
Right.
They do events there. And so we've done some marketing collateral for them. It'd be nice to brand it in some way. People oftentimes, again, from outside the community don't know where Greenfield Hill has its own
Their logo
identity.
is
So,
Dogwood
Dogwood Festival.
the
yeah.
dog-
because of the
Dogwood.
Dogwood Festival.
but they haven't even got that far. So they have, no real money to, and we're just, spitballing some ideas. In anticipation, like Greenfield Hill is not the only one that has groups that, we've met with the Black Rock Turnpike merchants. We've had on and off, again, meetings with Southport. So at some point, I anticipate that other neighborhood groups would say, well, what about us? So we wanted to be mindful of that,
Good ideas.
but we also didn't want to throw away Experience Fairfield because we spent a lot of time.
Yeah, we want everything to come back to the bigger
Oh,
brand, the
absolutely.
umbrella.
We don't have to your point, we don't have to have the logos. We could keep the color scheme. We could keep the words and move away from the color scheme, but complement it somehow. We just don't want to make, a complete break. We want to have it tie in somehow. That's all.
Great.
So it is tough because the Arts Council is completely different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
But I think that this is going to help. This is going to define a lot of other stuff because if we want to then talk about window clings or we want to talk about a brochure, you're going to want to brand it with the cultural district logo somehow.
Yeah.
Right. So everything's going to fall.
And the more colors you put in, the more expensive it's going to be for
Yeah.
them to
Right.
make them. So
Well, that's why we like two-tone. Because
Yeah.
It's fairly easy, 2 or 3
Exactly.
tones. You can reproduce that in a variety. You can black and white. People can pick it up.
Yeah,
You
that's-
can do. So.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want to do the town seal because it doesn't tie.
Town seal because the town seal, people have talked about going away from the town
I
seal.
know.
I think the logo should be a caricature of you and Beverly because everybody knows the two of you. Put your faces up there.
We need to find a caricaturist in town. We can make that happen, Charlie.
Caricature.
Can you get me one of those, please? I'd like to see that. 'Cause I think
Got it.
I think I could sell that. They're in every picture, every time you go somewhere,
I know.
they're there. Everybody knows them in town.
So the next dreaded item, unless you had something else,
Dreaded item.
is the data request from the Connecticut Office of the
I'm
Arts.
making slow,
I do have my
steady-
data.
Oh, great.
I do have my data, but what can I do? What can we do to get more collective data?
Okay, so here's where we're at. And it's part of it's on me because I didn't reach out to Patsy until yesterday. It's like Patsy.
They already did it.
But they're sending it to me. So I have
Export reports, is that all you want?
You know, what it is the
lot of work.
Connecticut office.
A lot of work.
It is a lot.
They are, and I understand where they're going with this. They provided us with $1,000 for the cultural district. I'm sure that they'd like to continue to support us financially. They'd also like to demonstrate the importance of the arts and culture and all that they do to the people that ultimately write the checks to General Assembly. So part of it is, what's the impact of these cultural districts in the state of Connecticut? And so they're asking all of the recognized cultural districts to provide data in terms of how many cultural assets do you have within your district? How many people come to those events? How many events do you hold each year? What's your budget? You know, that type of thing. So, and it's even to the point where it's like, how many restaurants are in your district? How much money do the restaurants spend? You know, I don't know all this. We can extrapolate some, but the easiest one is we can count up the number of restaurants, number of businesses,
Number of
of
events.
creative businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
We can talk to you and find out how many people you employ. We can talk to Matt, how many people does the Shoe Community Theater employ? How many events do they run? How many people come to their events? Same for the museum. We can put all that together and we'll provide that. But they're going to be asking this of us like annually. So the point is,
Yeah.
as they continue to provide resources and we grow,
Yeah.
those metrics should go up. So we don't, it's in our interest not to have to set a baseline that is realistic but conservative, right?
Yeah.
So I've told Kim, like, we need more time.
Brand new. We just started. I mean,
Right.
we don't have the data.
I don't know how much she's gotten from Vernon and all these other places, but you know, that's the point of it. And it would be helpful for even us to have that information so that we can measure our success or lack thereof. So we've reached out. I haven't talked to Christine. Like I started doing, if whoever ends up doing this long term, we want to be able that those people can go back to the source and know how those numbers were put together.
Yeah.
So I'm actually listing, you know, here are the creative businesses in town that we consider. And so for each, I'm going to have a source document for each tied back. So as we add to it, like number of restaurants. So
Yeah. Are
we
we
have
have
on our
2025?
2025.
Okay.
So, but I reached out to like the museum, Shoe Community Theater, FTC, the library, like the bigger cultural Audubon, and asked them for, and then part of what's in your packet is these annual events that we have each year within the district. So if in reviewing this, you think we're missing stuff, let us know. This is based on the application that we put in for the cultural district recognition. And not, you know, there's a lot of one-offs that happen, stuff that, you know, like the farmers markets every week, right? So the concert series that they do at Sherman Greens every week. So, you know, we'll refine this. I have to give the Connecticut Office of the Arts a status update tomorrow. But, you know, it might take us another couple of weeks to finish
Mark,
it
would the
up.
Memorial Day parade go in here?
Could, yeah.
Probably, because that draws a lot of people.
I mean, honestly, if there's anything, it's like, this was not meant to be an exhaustive list, but we could, please add.
Let me
you
know.
know. Yeah, just
Don't
look
we
at
have
it.
the largest Memorial Day parade in Connecticut?
That's what I'm told.
That's what I was told
It's
too.
not even on the list.
I don't know if it's true or not, but
Self-appointed title.
that's how I remember it.
I don't know. What are we doing?
Say it often enough, it's true.
Number of employees, number of members, number of students, amount of money.
I'll send you a note.
Okay.
I'll send you.
Because then I can just pull reports for you. I can do it by tomorrow if you tell me what it is.
Sure. I can do that. I
Okay.
can probably get it to you today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else around that, the data?
Okay, so this is not completely in that area, but I think I did.
Where else? Do we do polar plunges still?
I have not personally participated
No, but
in
they still have
one.
the polar plunges in January.
Didn't,
They still have it.
I didn't see anyone post about it this
I
year.
know someone who did it, but I
Was
don't know
it
if it was based on the
organized?
town.
Thing.
She said, I'm doing the polar plunge again, I assumed, but I
We
don't.
went to Westport. They used to have them here.
Yeah, I don't know who used to organize that. Can I just, so see on Mark's thing, the cultural district, Connecticut Cultural District,
Yeah.
the Acorn, that's Ridgefield's.
I've not forgotten that acorn, I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
so that's what we're trying to do.
I know, and that would be
Something like that.
perfect.
To me,
a
like,
sign.
acorn doesn't tell me cultural either, but
No,
Well, we're the nutmegs.
Yeah, we are the nutmeg.
well, that's not nutmeg.
Kind of.
Well,
a
no,
round
but
seed. Nutmegs are just round seeds.
So maybe it's, maybe Ridgefield has, the squirrel or the acorn's popular in Ridgefield. No, this town's.
well, there was one that Michelle sent us too, that was the squirrel that she showed us.
Right.
That's right, yeah, she did.
So
Simple and
anyway,
clean.
we talked about the cultural district relaunch. This is really part of our awareness campaign, but we should start to talk further about those. In the meantime, this opportunity, talk about creating awareness, this opportunity presented itself. So Connecticut Office of the Arts is partnered with Prop 61 to profile arts and cultural state recognized cultural districts throughout the state. And this includes both in-studio appearances as well as, Mary Alice, you're going to be there. Now she's our TV personality. I don't know if you all saw that. But,
Channel 12, you did really good on that.
so they have in-person as well as on-location opportunities.
Okay, I had this under
Hair
other
and makeup,
business, but this is good.
bill for
Okay.
So I,
that.
I wanted to bring
yeah.
this up because, so it's a nice program because we're not paying for this. This is something that they put together. So it does include some promo spots, obviously the in-person, on-location studio live events, and then some additional social media and other marketing associated with it. So really nice program that they're offering to. So this is the schedule, and we're scheduled for July in terms of awareness. So I did reach out to Michelle because the date that they have for an on-location shot is the day before we're supposed to have the July 4th
Okay, right.
celebration here on the town green. So I thought that would be a natural tie-in, that the museum could talk about the July 4th event and all because they're also spearheading our 250th.
Yeah, I agree,
Celebration.
that's some good timing.
So we haven't confirmed that, Michelle. I did just bring it up, and I wanted to mention it to the group.
Yeah.
But we also have within that other opportunities. So there's in studio where they're asking somebody to come and you have to fill out some information. So you have a couple minutes to talk about the cultural district and what's going on. So did I share the whole pack or just the
Yeah, I saw a pack.
In August, I would add the museum's jazz nights.
Well, we can't. So
don't
August.
have July.
So we just have
Oh,
July.
so we have to stay with.
We have four
Okay.
dates in July.
Okay,
One of which will
gotcha.
be on location, July 3rd,
Okay.
and the other 3 dates will be in studio.
Here's this document, right?
Yeah, no, they have, I'll send this out separately. So the in-studio dates would be, actually we have, because July has,
Oh, 5 weeks.
we have on location July 3rd, and we have in-studio July 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st. So for this, you can invite 2 guests for each segment. So you can be featuring an artist, creative entrepreneur, venue, something talking about what's going on within the district, but then you're going to have, a couple of talking points, 3 to 4 minutes per segment. And
Can you share those dates one more time?
yeah.
10,
they're all-
17, 24,
Yep.
31.
in
And the
studio.
third-
The third is on location.
So third is on location,
And the other-
10, 17, and
24, 31.
But you only get 3 out of those 4. You don't,
No,
oh, you
Get
got
all
4?
of them.
July is Fairfield.
It's
Can I remote in from Malaysia or Thailand?
That'd be cool. As long as you have your arts district shirt on when you're doing this.
Absolutely.
say it's in Fairfield where you are.
Yes.
So we want to think about, what would naturally tie in terms of things going on within the district during July. We want to think about themes that we want to emphasize, but we also want to be, we don't want to have all the same,
Yeah.
So, we don't have to decide this today. She wanted to get a sense as to, this is the Office of the Arts, get a sense as to where we would prefer our on-location shot to be.
Yeah.
They have to agree to July 3rd, because that's not the date they gave you.
That's the date.
So that's the date of the reenactment, and so everything,
So July 4th is the big party here, right?
but the
So,
reenactment's gonna be on the 3rd.
no, the reenactment is actually going to happen in September
Oh,
because we can't get reenactors because
they're everywhere, yeah.
they're everywhere.
DC, New York,
right.
Boston.
Right, they're going those places. Very much in demand. So we decided to counter program and put them in September. But we're having a townwide party, and part of that does involve, we talked about having an art component, which is a community project with a giant, like kind of paint by numbers type thing.
The mural, right?
Get involved, like creating their own mural. So that's one idea. And we also talked about ways in which we could bring in both our nonprofit community as well as potentially artists, perhaps, as part of this. And we've talked to you about, whether musical entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a community celebration.
Yeah.
But we thought, given the high end to that date coming up, that would be a good opportunity, right? Plus the 250th theme, so.
Yeah.
But the other 4 in studio are, we haven't, and this is the first we've talked about it, so.
I wonder if we should I would love to do one of those or bring an artist on for one of those or whatever.
We should definitely
Yeah.
think about what we want to emphasize. And I'll send this
Yeah.
out so you have more information. I just sent out this slide deck, but that's kind of an emerging opportunity.
I think to tie in, maybe if we do this relaunch, which I would just probably need to get on the sooner side, just scheduling and production wise, maybe we tie it in with all of this publicity, do it in July, do it in late July so we can push things towards another event that's a kind of defining event for the district.
Could the sidewalk sale be one that we feature since we have music and stuff?
Yeah, I want to see if we can keep it to creative arts and cultural stuff as much as possible.
Okay.
Because if we do this relaunch, we can have a bunch of different artists of different, we could have we could try to represent the breadth of what happens in the district. But I know we'd have to get planning on that soon. I'm happy to take lead on it, but I just want to know if we're committed to it or if it's something we
I
should.
definitely think we should do it. This is the relaunch. I
Yeah.
think we,
Outdoor
not that
relaunch,
you guys were great
Yeah.
in terms of providing an indoor venue, but it would be nice to have
Yeah, we should do the outdoor launch that we planned. If we do it in July or early August, I just need to grab a date and we have to check with Parks and Rec and all that. So,
we have to reserve, if we're going to do the green, we have to reserve the green. Make sure it doesn't conflict with anything going on from Parks and Rec, but they would have to approve the use.
Yeah.
Then we have to think about how we're going to program it. So,
Yeah.
you want to have some music, I'm sure, and maybe some other artistic endeavors as part of it. So,
You set up a pottery wheel out there?
I could set up as many as you have Plugs.
I was gonna say, we need all the outlets.
New electric.
We have a lot of
On the
electric.
perimeter.
Green, you know, so.
Geez, what happened in the old days when they didn't have electric and they doing pottery?
I don't have any kick wheels.
We'll also presumably.
Be authentic for 250th anniversary, come on.
Very heavy, heavier.
We'll have the
than
kiosk
what
by
they're
then,
doing
yeah.
down.
All right, so then.
God willing, it'll be operational, yes.
Yeah, by then. So, okay, so that's the cultural district relaunch. I think finding a date, Parks and Rec, reserving the space.
So you're gonna kind of oversee that.
Yeah, I'm happy to corral everyone and connect with everyone about what they want to add to this and to make a run a show and help provide some support for it.
What is the date for that?
We don't have it
have
yet.
one.
Okay, I thought I missed it. I was
No,
like,
no, so we need.
And I don't know that it would have to be moved to July. The Fox 61 could be an extension of a broader awareness campaign.
Yeah,
Just think
Absolutely,
of the relaunch as one element of
yeah,
a broader marketing campaign about arts and culture in the cultural district.
yeah, absolutely. So whatever works state-wise.
It just could be continuing to build. But I don't think, by the same token, it doesn't have to be on the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
That, yeah.
Recognition either, so.
So, yeah, and moving on, we got upcoming events within the district.
That's, we just have that list.
Yeah, the list is
It's
pretty-
also a brag opportunity.
Yeah, so I think we're good with that unless there's anything in particular. Anyone wants to bring up about a particular event, otherwise, yeah, the list is great.
Charlie did say, so you've said the Memorial Day parade.
And I also said if they do.
Yeah, shop and strolls on there.
So if anyone else sees anything on that list of events we sent out, let us know and we'll add to it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll.
do our meet and greets count?
If they're big, what's a meet and greet?
The
mixers.
The ones that we do, the
The
artist
mixers?
Oh, mixer, our mixers?
Yeah.
Well, they kind of rotate, so they don't necessarily have to be within the district. A lot of them are, but, and I would just say, let's focus, I would say the Memorial Day Parade is a signature annual event. Right? It's a big
definitely is.
regional draw. So let's focus on that stuff for now, and we could always add to it.
I'll add the concerts too. I didn't have those.
Yeah, the concert series, I
Summer.
guess. Yeah.
Summer concerts.
So then, open discussion of ideas to promote the arts district. I feel like we covered a lot of that in other discussions.
We did. I think Michelle and I have to reconvene on the Artisan Fair and figure out a
Yeah.
date.
Great.
The farmer's market, I think we're going to put up Sign Up Genius or a Google Sheet that we'll share with all of you. We need to confirm with the people who run the farmer's district,
Tomorrow.
Parks and Rec folks, that we have an area reserved for our purpose.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is then, we'll offer that on a rotating basis to all of you.
That just be the farmer's market here, not the one in Greenfield Hill.
The one downtown. Yeah, we have a little bit more
Space and everything, yeah.
That's
And
June.
the digital kiosks, we're about to place the order. We just haven't quite. I have to wait for people to sign off on the stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Tim, our tech director, told me he'd talk to you about NPlug if you wanted to talk about the.
I think we ended up going with, they have two embedded systems. One is a cloud-based system that we prefer,
Yeah.
since we don't have, Wi-Fi or anything else. So we're going to be running basically running a cellular signal from the kiosk to pick up this. And so they've included that at no additional cost, so.
That's great. Okay, so you have a system or
And it seems to have, Mary Alice is going to be the one running it, so she's been talking to them, and she has met with, I don't know if you met with SHU, but you met with,
I met with someone from NPlug.
you did meet with
Oh,
them.
Yep.
cool, okay.
I can't remember her name.
Let us know if we can help, because Tim deals with them all the time, so we can help with that.
Well, we're gonna go with the one that is
Yeah,
built
yeah.
in.
They seem pretty comparable. They may not have as many bells and whistles
Yeah.
as the one you're with, but I think.
It sounds great. I'm glad it's settled. Yeah, that's good then. I'll tell Tim.
Is DAR integrating at all Daughters of American Revolution? Are they doing anything to I don't, are they standalone or do they fall under another?
They are standalone, definitely standalone.
I mean,
Sometimes standoffish as well.
are they kind of a museum or?
No, it's a
It's
group.
just a meeting place for the people who have that genetic line?
Michelle, would you like to explain your relationship with DAR?
Yeah, the local chapter is called the Eunice Denny Burr chapter, and so they meet at the old academy. So they retain sort of the first floor and help us maintain sort of the second floor that we use for programming.
Oh, okay.
So that's just kind of where their offices are. So they are going to open the academy, and they're very much involved with July 4th because they do that reading in the morning of the decoration, and then they had
Oh, good. Okay, that's good.
kids a part of it as well. They do like a little separate sets of readings with the kids too. Involved, they're going to open the academy for the celebration. I think similar for the reenactment, because reenactment will kind of take over the whole museum/town hall green campus here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been keeping them in the loop. So they
Oh,
might.
good. Okay, so they'll participate. Yeah, okay.
Great.
There's an organization that's by the bloodline, so.
The DNA.
And any other business?
The only other thing being mindful of your suggestion to me before this meeting is that, and graciously stepped up on the cultural district relaunch organizing that event, but I don't know if there's somebody that would like to play a similar role in terms of this, Fox 61, kind of thinking through that issue.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the only thing. And then the other, so we're doing in-house the data response. We'll go back to our vendor and ask about the logos. We can continue to advance. We'll talk to all of you. We'll ask you for some input on the Fox 61 thing. But again, I just didn't want to necessarily just say, we'll do it all.
Yeah. I'm happy to help with that too. Do we have, you said you're going to send in the additional documents there?
I will. I'll send this out so it provides a little bit more details as to what it entails and the dates again.
Yeah.
And then, again, and it gives some examples of what they did previously. But since we have those 4 other dates, we should think about, what the themes will be. And, while we clearly want to highlight the great venues that we have and businesses that we have downtown, we also want to be mindful that we have a broader purpose
absolutely.
to highlight all the wonderful things that goes on in the district, the fact that we have a district itself. So there might be a broader theme than just, hey, what's going on at SHU or what's on at FTC this week,
We don't necessarily.
We got stuff going on every
we
week.
always
So
have stuff, but we don't necessarily have a write-up of like the breadth of the cultural district, what we actually do.
we have a very broad write-up.
It would be great to have some talking points for this Fox thing that actually covers that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Everybody could.
detailed enough. I think
Yeah.
we'd have to drill down. It basically it tries to encompass, we put it in the
Visitor's guide.
visitor guide.
Yeah.
It'd be great to have a
It's
way
a one
to.
paragraph thing, but it doesn't have any heart,
To it.
I think we'll need that for this, just so every guest can speak to the cultural district and then speak to their own.
I agree with you. I think there will probably would be some kind of unified talking point.
Yeah, unified
that we want
talking.
everyone to kind of touch on to bring it all back.
I think that's important too, as we're like establishing the identity, is those talking points that we can all.
And then we can add that to the new edition of the visitor's guide to any new copy, mission or vision or anything like that as well. And anything else you want to put in there this year?
Well, since she's not here, I'd like to nominate Katie Lang to be the one who
Yeah.
spearheads this initiative. All in favor?
She's
That you didn't work.
Yeah.
You one time. You were at the meeting, we nominated you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'll call her a congratulator.
The one homework, the one homework point I have here, and I don't know how homework lives here, but the survey, I think it'd be great if everyone could look at the survey and just see if they like the questions or not. I think it's mostly good. There's a few questions that don't seem maybe, so as.
There might be some other questions. It was in the.
It was in the email. It's a
I'll send it out
survey.
again.
Yeah, send it out again.
I'll send it out
It's
again.
an easy read. It's just
Was it the one
questions.
about this meeting?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I can
Oh.
print that. I still have
Yeah.
that.
So I'll send it out again along with the Fox 61 thing. And then I
Yeah,
agree with
perfect.
you. I thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, it was mostly good. I think everyone will have quick feedback when they see it. There's questions about income that may need adjustments. So just a quick read through, and then I think we get a survey. Good, that's good to go.
And we got plenty of ways to get that out, to get people. And even that in and of itself would help
Yeah,
raise the profile.
yeah,
of this
exactly.
group, so.
All right, we're at the time here at 3:59. So, how do you say it? Motion
To adjourn.
All right, you're quick on that.
Well,
That's
he's
my-
not making the motion, you're making the motion.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
making a
yeah,
motion.
yeah.
I'll second it.
Good with Robert.
Michelle, I apologize in advance. You and Mark have to put up with me again tonight, so.
No.
Hey, you celebrated Lunar New Year?
Oh, yeah, we're doing that this
Well,
Saturday.
We'll have a conversation. Well, I mean, personally, did you celebrate it?
Oh, oh, yeah.
We'll catch up tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Great, very productive.
Right.
Covered
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye, Michelle. Thanks.